Traditional Mexican tacos are built on corn tortillas made from, we didn't look this one up, nixtamalized? Well, let me check because this one's important. Nixtamalized. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, me neither.
The X is often an SH.
Nixtamalization.
Nixtamalized.
Nixtamalized?
Ancient process of soaking and cooking the corn in alkaline solution.
Nixtamalized. I want to say nixtamalized. No, it does say mollyized. Nixtamali describes a process for any grain that can be used to remove a pericarp. So that's the outside of the corn. Okay, we'll just go for it. Nixtamalized. What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Raju, and this is the OG Spice Guy Show. If you're listening from home, I guarantee you could walk into your pantry right now and find a packet of taco seasoning. Go ahead. I'll wait. That little paper packet, that's probably the most common spice blend in America. And today, we're doing a deep dive. We're talking the real story of the taco, what's really in a taco seasoning blend, and how tacos evolved from Mexico to Tex-Mex to Taco Bell to Korean fusion. All right, I have a couple of questions for you.
Yeah.
Do you eat pineapple on your pizza?
I don't ever order it, but if it's there, I will definitely eat it.
You'll eat it?
I think it's ham and pineapple.
Yeah. Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian.
I think it's weird.
I would never order it.
Okay, so you get half a point for that.
Yeah. If
I would never order it, nor would I eat it. I'd remove the pineapple.
Have you, though, and you tasted it and you gave it a try?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the sweet and savory.
So we have that in common. I agree. I don't like it when they put raisins in salad.
That's gross.
Right? Or apples.
Yeah.
Like, it's fruit.
The closest I'll get to it is like maybe cheese and apples, or something like that. But I'll eat the cheese first and then I'll eat the apples afterwards.
Yeah. But no, okay, so not fruity and savory at the same time.
No, sweet, savory, no thanks.
So my kid Kieran is a big fan of pineapple pizza.
Okay.
At least he thinks he does. He likes the idea of it. And then when we get him one, I eat it. That's the point. He doesn't eat it, right? Guess what I got a report on today?
Okay.
So it's 1:21 p.m.
Yeah.
He has braces on.
Oh, well, congratulations.
It's kind of a rite of passage.
Yeah,
right?
for a middle schooler.
And he's a little late to the game.
Yeah.
He's 12.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we didn't get to it until now, but so he's got him on. I think he was excited.
Yeah.
Again, rite of passage.
Yeah.
His
My
friends
daughter,
have him.
she did in elementary school. She still has him on.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a couple of years. It's cool. It's cool to watch the process. And
You guys have kind of a higher bar for dental in your family.
a little bit.
Because Jonathan went to school for dentistry. And to today, you are clinically able to clean my teeth. Is that?
Yeah, I don't have an active license.
But that's the level that you would say.
Yeah.
You could clean the teeth. And
I could clean your teeth and I could probably extract a tooth
Ooh.
if I had to.
I think I need one.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, guys, this is like pulling teeth and I know how to pull teeth.
You've pulled a tooth?
Yeah.
A
In
live
school?
human?
Yeah.
Not a cadaver or something?
No. You practice. So at USC, we have a dental clinic. And so people would come in and it's like next to free care, but it's all done by students. And of course, there's supervision and everything involved.
That's almost organic. It's like it's almost good healthcare, but it's Jonathan. It's Jonathan doing it.
It's a student.
It's a student.
And you get a lot of oops.
Let's just say my kid's dental work is free,
Okay.
but not the braces.
Yeah.
He could be getting really questionable care. His teeth look okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, you guys go to a good dentist. She might have her braces on a little longer than another kid.
Yeah, of course. There's an orthodontist that's doing it. So we go to, a local orthodontist here that I know. I actually used to work with her husband for some time. I did his marketing and social media, and he's a pediatric dentist, and his wife is the orthodontist.
Do they do headgear anymore?
Man, I haven't seen headgear since probably the
Michelle, right?
80s.
I haven't seen it also.
Headgear. Another 16 Candles reference, I would say, is when Anthony Michael Hall he wakes up in the morning and he's got his headgear on. And he says, "Come on, Mom, I got my headgear on."
I hope they found a better way than that. Like, that's just,
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think kids did it during the day. I hope not. But like when they slept, right? Or
I think it was,
some
yeah.
kids in school. I mean, I kind of think some kids in school might have had them on walking around.
I think it's a sleeping thing.
People used to wear them during the day.
Yeah.
God,
In the 80s
how terrible.
and 90s. Anyway.
I have one other question for you.
Yes.
I was thinking about this the other day. Do you put ketchup on your eggs?
No.
Okay, good.
My grandfather used to.
Mm.
I think that's not a good taste.
You put ketchup on your eggs? Ugh. Salsa I can get behind.
Here in LA,
Yeah.
people use mayonnaise on things like hot dogs
Mm-hmm.
and I think breakfast sandwiches as well. It's just lube.
A lube for your sandwich?
Yeah.
Just get it down your gullet faster?
Yeah. I would go with hot sauce and eggs. You didn't have
yeah.
hot sauce in the room.
Oh, yeah. You know, is one of my favorite things. You were talking about breakfast sandwich. I like breakfast tacos.
Sure.
There's a couple of places here in LA that make a mean breakfast taco and, of course, a breakfast burrito.
Mm-hmm.
But today's episode is all about tacos.
Oh, I love it.
We can't talk about tacos without talking about where they came from.
I'm guessing Mexico.
Yeah, I think that's a good guess.
Okay.
We're about to learn.
Awesome.
Taco origins. First things first, what is a traditional taco? It's not with shredded cheese, and it's not with iceberg lettuce, and it's definitely not on a hard shell. Traditional Mexican tacos are built on corn tortillas made from nixtamalized corn. That's a process of soaking and cooking grain that dates back thousands of years to Mesoamerican civilization. The traditional meats that might be in a taco are carne asada, barbacoa, carnitas, el pastor pollo, sometimes lengua, which is beef tongue. That's your favorite.
Love it.
And what goes on top? You have cilantro, onions, salsa, and lime. That's it. The focus is the meat and the tortilla. And the seasoning is layered during cooking, not dumped from a packet at the end. Tacos were working class food, portable, practical, and flavorful. And in the late 1800s and early 1900s, Mexican workers moved north. Tacos weren't brought to the U.S. by a corporate boardroom. It was because of immigration patterns. In San Antonio and Los Angeles, street vendors, often women, sold tacos from carts. So now let's talk about a seasoning packet.
Yeah, I've got 4 or 5 of those in my spice cabinet.
This guy.
Yeah, I'd say that is my go-to.
I think this is the
McCormick's.
go-to, McCormick Original Taco.
Correct.
Now, HQO, on our Amazon business, HQ Express, we have our version. It's, of course, organic.
Sure.
I think it's a little bit better than McCormick's. but-
Good, I do too, I'm sure. Well, it's organic.
Yeah, but this is a very, very popular.
It's the pouch, though. It's that, to me, that is how I would say a blend comes. They put it in one of those.
in a pouch.
in a
Single
pouch.
serve.
Sachet,
single-use
as you would say.
sachet is what we call it in the industry. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have a couple others.
We got
and
a
were-
couple others. Yeah. you
Whose
got,
branding is better?
What do you think of this Lowry's one?
So it looks old school.
Definitely looks old
I
school.
trust Lowry's, by the way. I do like that brand.
Salt, seasoned salt.
Correct. In the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
It's a prime rib restaurant. So there's something that has.
You know, it's an interesting question. I don't know if they're the same.
I think when you go to Lowry's prime rib, they have Lowry's seasoned salt on the table.
Really? Well, you guys got to look that up
What do
while
you
we're
guys-
talking
yeah,
here.
please.
Here's an interesting one that our producer got.
Yeah.
Cholula.
Yeah, I love Cholula as a hot sauce,
Yeah.
but I don't think I would pick it as my taco
Yeah.
seasoning.
My natural inclination would be like, well, so then is this spicy? Is it going to have like a Cholula undertone?
That garlic undertone that Cholula has, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've probably done that, but it looks like a money grab for Cholula to me, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I like this one the best in terms of like packaging. Siete. And this is probably of the ones that we have up here with the exception of the HQ Express. This is the one that's closest to organic. It's not certified organic. It is non-GMO. But I really like the packaging on
I do
Siete.
too. It looks authentic. It looks modern. The other thing too, I'll say, is when you show food, there's a picture of food.
Mm-hmm. This is a very nice picture of tacos
Right.
on the front.
Let me see the other one, the picture.
Well,
They all have a
McCormick's-
picture of a
McCormick's
taco,
got,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tacos.
People get paid so much to shoot those, by the way. And none of that's real food, I don't think. I think
A lot
all
of it's
like-
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of it is not real food.
But the difference between those that you're setting up there and, of course, the HQOs, that'll last me. But
So yeah, this is a different way of doing it because you can add as much as you want. So I
Right.
like a really heavily seasoned taco. So this is what we use at home,
Got it.
obviously. Just shake it on.
I mean, you're going to get there, right? What's in taco
Oh, yeah,
blend and
absolutely.
What I wonder the little subtle differences between all these.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the seasoning packet in your pantry. So if you flip it over, you'll usually see a combination of the following ingredients, which we're going to break down one by one.
Sweet.
So, number one ingredient in most generic taco seasoning is chili powder. So, this is the backbone. In the US, chili powder is actually a blend. It's usually a mixture of ground chili peppers that's mixed with cumin and garlic. It gives heat and that classic reddish color to the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you have cumin. It's bringing a lot of earthy, warm, slightly bitter. Cumin is what makes taco seasoning smell like tacos. It is that classic Tuesday evening, kids walk in the door, it's cumin. That's what they're smelling for taco night Tuesday. Without cumin, it just tastes like spiced meat. We'll eventually do a whole episode on just cumin alone because it's a fascinating ingredient. But for right now, we'll stay to those.
Stay in the blend.
Stay in the blend. Taco. Number three, paprika. Why do you think paprika is in
Color.
Color and a mild sweetness. So paprika, of course, has a flavor, but it's usually for color, and it gives it that nice kind of reddish brown color to your meat.
Okay.
Oftentimes when you're making tacos, you're using ground beef, right? So you want that nice red color, ground beef, chicken or pork.
Yeah, I love it.
Smoked paprika is often used in these as opposed to just regular paprika, and it's going to add a nice depth and a subtle smokiness to the dish. Then you have your vegetables, your garlic and your onion powder. So these are savory amplifiers. So garlic and onion contain natural umami. So umami is that flavor booster. It's another not natural ingredient that's a really popular flavor enhancer.
Salt.
Similar to salt.
MSG.
MSG.
So what is MSG? Tell me. Because sometimes on a recipe, somebody's like, throw a little MSG.
MSG.
I'm almost like scared to buy MSG.
Yeah, I think MSG got a really bad rap in like the 90s because a lot of like Chinese restaurants, it's in a lot of Asian cooking, we're using it. So MSG is monosodium glutamate.
Okay.
It is a chemically synthesized process and ingredient that boosts the natural flavor in food. So it amplifies it. It turns the volume up. So it hits that umami, those savory senses on your flavor palette. So as you can imagine in Asian cooking, right? Think of like soy sauce.
Yeah.
It makes soy sauce like even more soy
Soyer.
saucier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Well,
it's
what
a
was the
flavor
bad
enhancer.
rap? Do you know what it was?
I
giving
think,
people
and I'm sure
cancer
our
or
viewers will let us know in the comments if I get it wrong, but I think it was like blood pressure. And for some people, they would get like migraine headaches. They were just really, not tolerant to MSG.
It's the gluten of the 90s.
Well said, yes. So you have garlic and onion, which will naturally boost the umami notes that are contributing from the other ingredients. If we switch over to the herbs, you have oregano. So as we learned in our industry update, we have two different types of oregano, Mediterranean, Mexican oregano. This is using
Mexican oregano.
It's actually a completely different plant from Mediterranean oregano, or what we just call oregano here in the U.S. It's more citrusy and floral. And of course, Rob's favorite ingredient,
Salt.
Salt.
I'm surprised now because it's on the bottom of the list. Does that mean it's the least amount of all the ingredients?
Correct. Yeah. So, when you read an ingredient statement, they have to be listed in order of prominence.
Right.
Which means which ones are used first or in the greatest amount.
Yeah.
And then you have a descending order.
Cool.
So when we look at this one, it says spices, which include paprika, chili, cumin, salt. then
Okay.
cornstarch, onion, and garlic. So salt is a little bit higher on the list on this particular pack. So this is an interesting one, cornstarch. We call this a functional ingredient. You know why?
It just gives it body. So it's not adding flavor.
Correct. So functional ingredients are those that do something in a recipe or in a formula. So starch is your classic functional ingredient. So if you read the directions, it says brown the meat, stir in the seasoning, and mix water. The reason they want water is because the cornstarch thickens the sauce when you add water. So it gives it that saucy, slightly glossy taco meat structure and texture.
We've talked about this before. I water up and you do not.
I
right?
don't. Yeah. I will, because my theory is when you cook your meat, we do ground beef, it releases a lot of water.
Sure.
So I don't want to add more water to that. So I like mine a little bit more on the dry side.
I water mine up a little bit, probably not as much as they recommend, but then I just reduce it.
Yeah.
I think yours is more raw and dangerous.
Well, that's
That's how you play.
That's how I play. Exactly. So keep in mind, these taco seasoning packets really are an American shortcut. They're designed for speed, consistency, and mass appeal. So now that we've broken down what's actually inside taco seasoning, let's zoom back out. The taco didn't stay in one country or in even one type of cuisine. So let's take a quick trip and see how this humble corn tortilla became a global format for flavor. So in Mexico alone, tacos vary dramatically by region. El Pastor is actually from Lebanese influence via shawarma-style pit roasting. In the Yucatan, there's cochinita pibil, which we discussed in actually our barbecue episode. And in Baja, there are fish tacos. And then there's birria from Jalisco. Oh, and by the way, the spices in Mexico aren't from packets. They're parts of marinades, adobos, and slow-cooked traditions. Now, as you go further down south, you don't have the same taco tradition, but you do have some other handheld dishes that are wrapped in corn. In Guatemala, you have tacos fritos, and in El Salvador, you have pupusas. And if we go north across the border, we hit Texas, where Mexican cooking merged with American ingredients and tastes in the mid-20th century. Tex-Mex added cheese, lettuce, sour cream to the taco.
There it was. That was my first introduction to a taco.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, in the East Coast, up in Northern Virginia.
Uh-huh.
It was a hard shell.
Yeah.
It was ground beef, onions. We would put some onions, cheese, sour cream.
Yeah.
Cilantro never was added to the equation, right? And then I put taco sauce on it. Actually, it wasn't even salsa for me. It was called taco sauce.
Taco sauce.
I know we're going to talk about some taco sauce today as well.
Yeah.
But
so
that was my introduction.
I mean, what
to
you're
a taco.
describing is a Taco Bell taco.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to have some Taco Bell in our family meal after this episode.
Can't wait.
We're going to compare and contrast Taco Bell to, authentic, and especially we're here in LA, right? So these are going to be Mexican street tacos that you brought in.
Well, they're literally Via Tacos.
Via Tacos.
From the halftime Super Bowl show with Bad Bunny. They were featured, and I knew of them here in Highland Park.
Right.
But they're actually going to put one in South Pasadena. You know that.
Yes. That's going to, I think, be their fourth location.
Dude, bring it on.
Yeah,
so
that'll be exciting.
I don't know. It's not an apples to apples taste test.
Well, fair
right?
enough.
It's the same as like McDonald's versus a $23 hamburger or something.
Yeah,
it's like
gourmet,
sometimes you just want that McDonald's.
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. It's
true.
So you want the Taco Bell. You are a Taco Bell guy.
I love Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, let's get to it.
All right. So Taco Bell was founded by Glenn Bell in 1962, inspired by Southern California. What he figured out was how to make tacos fast, consistent, source the ingredients at scale, and make the flavors approachable for suburban America. So the taco evolved again. The seasoning became milder, the beef was finely ground, there was a hard shell, and the toppings were standardized: lettuce, cheddar cheese, tomato. That's food engineering built for scale. So this introduced millions of Americans to something they understood as Mexican food. For many households, Taco Bell was their first exposure to tacos at all. The flour tortilla is a distinct difference. Do you do flour at home?
No, we do corn mostly. But yeah, I think the flour tortilla has made a comeback actually in the last 10 years here in LA. There's like Home State that is down in Highland Park. They do an amazing flour tortilla.
Great breakfast tacos.
Yeah, they do the breakfast tacos, and they do their shredded beef one is in you got to give it the flour tortilla.
Yeah,
It's
you have
changed
to.
your life.
Yeah.
But being an Angelino, when I first moved out here, I made a point when I went back east that these aren't even tacos.
Yeah.
You have to have corn tortillas.
Yeah.
And you have to have two of them, two
Oh,
small
yeah.
ones. Like,
So interesting point. Side note, you know why they give you two
no.
on those little street tacos,
Yeah.
right? So it's really common for us Angelinos. We go to a party, there's a taco guy there,
Right.
And he's just cranking out these little tiny street tacos. The second tortilla in the street tacos for all the filling that falls out onto your plate.
Oh, is that right?
You get a second taco out of it.
And I would have said it's just a little bit more padding, but then why don't they make them? But yeah, so you just use the top one, you're saying, and then
And you
whatever
buy-
drops.
inevitably stuff falls out, and then you build the second taco.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you another question. When you do your tortillas at home, you said corn. How do you prepare it? Do you heat it up? Are you microwaving it?
I heat them up on a pan.
Okay. Cook them a little bit.
Yep. And
So I'm happy that you didn't say you took them straight out of the packaging and just eat it.
Yeah.
Because while they're cooked, I would say they're not, ready for service.
Yeah, there's some sort of moisture that releases
Yes.
when you heat it up.
Yes.
Microwave is a
Yeah.
quick way to do it.
So I take it out of a corn tortilla out of the packaging, put like maybe 2 or 3 on a plate, sprinkle a little bit of water, cover it with a damp paper towel, microwave it for like 20 seconds, and that gets them pliable.
That's right.
Then I turn on my stove and I put them over a low flame on the stove so it's get a little char.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is to do it on the grill, but we're not always outside in the grill, so I do it inside on the stove. You get a little char, a little color, takes a little bit of pliability away, so it gives you a little crunch.
Your family has no appreciation for what
None.
you're doing for them,
None.
right?
None.
I mean, you do it because you like it too.
Yeah.
So you're like, if I'm going to have a taco, I'll spend the extra
Oh, yeah.
15 minutes to do 3 steps just to
Oh,
make
yeah.
that taco,
Yeah.
right?
They have no clue until they go out on their own and they're like, how come these tacos don't taste as good?
Yeah. And they go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. All right. So jumping forward in time, in the 2000s, food trucks in LA blended cultures and created something totally new: Korean barbecue tacos. They have short ribs, kimchi, gochujang, and a corn tortilla. And if you explore enough in LA, you can find Mediterranean tacos, Indian tacos, and plenty of other fusions. Today, the taco isn't just Mexican. It's a format, a handheld platform for spice systems from all over the world. And whether it's El Pastor on a street corner, a hard shell from a drive-thru, or bulgogi in a corn tortilla, it all traces back to that simple idea. Wrap something flavorful in a tortilla and make it portable.
I would like to say that the Koji taco truck is like world famous. KOGIBBQ.com.
I've seen that truck.
Roy Choi.
Roy Choi.
So he's all over Top Chef and Food Network.
Yeah,
Roy
yeah.
Choi.
Yeah.
He's an LA Koreatown dude that did a Korean barbecue.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
Korean
yeah,
barbecue with a little
barbecue.
kimchi and
Yeah,
it's a
bulgogi.
taco. And what he capitalized on was a traveling food truck where when people were like, oh, the Koji truck is on the corner of Sunset and
Gotta go.
La Brea, and everybody would have to go there to get him, and then
Yeah.
it'd be a different place, and
Yeah.
they would just be twittering out where they went,
Yeah.
and it was huge. And
That was the food truck
I
scene in
yeah.
the early 2000s.
John Favreau did the movie Chef,
Oh, yeah.
and Roy was his chef that trained him how to be and act like an authentic chef.
Okay.
And then they shot a documentary about that.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic, and you should watch it. You would really like it.
Yeah.
And it's Roy
Yeah.
Choi.
That was a great movie. Now I want Cuban sandwiches.
We'll do that next episode.
Yeah. Cuban sandwiches.
We are just led by our gut on
Really?
this thing.
That's
Yeah.
what they say. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut, and then that's a good smart. Then you should have thought of it.
Right now, my gut's telling me that we should be cracking open Coronas and trying different tacos.
Let's get to it. We are comparing Taco Bell to Via Tacos.
Via Tacos.
So very authentic to very scalable
Yeah.
I never knew
American.
that the bell came from the guy's name was Bell. Did you know that?
I did not.
Brilliant. Had no
Taco
idea.
Bell.
I have
and then it
never
became a whole, like, now you can hear that gong. And
Yeah.
Dong. There you have it. How the simple traditional taco evolved to what we know and love today. The taco seasoning in your pantry is a shortcut blend inspired by Mexican flavors and optimized for American kitchens. But once you understand what's inside it, you can start building your own. Use better quality spices, control the salt, maybe toast your cumin, or try different chilies. Thanks for listening to the OG Spice Guy Show, and hopefully you've learned something for your next Taco Tuesday. See you next time.
The OG Spice Guy Show is produced and recorded by Galaxy Media in Los Angeles, California, in association with High Quality Organics, America's leading provider of organic spices. Executive producers are Jonathan Raju and Rob Clyde. Today's episode was produced by Max Flora. It was engineered and edited by Drew Unser, graphics by Michelle Esteva, web and SEO by Rebecca McDonald, and social media by Bethany Guerrero. You can DM and follow us on all platforms and socials at OG Spice Guy.